Hello. We have a game. Looks like orcs of some variety. Regular orcs, I think? Yep. So, we'll see how that goes. Depends what their team looks like, I guess. That's us, that's them, they got the same record as us, so hopefully they'll be pretty similar. What have we got? We got 2 level ups, 2 block. Black orcs. I know they're not black orcs anymore. Let's see, a blitzer with tackle, that's unfortunate, seeing as we just got a bunch of dodge in the team. Thrower with leader, okay. So they've got 4 rerolls and an extra player. What does that give us? That gives us 70k. Not a whole lot, but I suppose this is still good. That is not, you know, that's a perfect amount to get a couple things, so can't really complain on that front. But we're already beginning to see the trouble with getting better positionals here, in the sense that their team has got 4 sort of relatively perfect skills against us, so that is a problem. Oh, hello. They're going on defense first. How interesting. Oh, I'm taking their leader reroll off. Also interesting. That is not very orcish. I guess they're going to try and pressure us to score fast, or put enough pressure on that we don't score at all. Which, honestly, might be a thing. Because the black orcs are hard to get by, all the big uns, I guess we should call them. So they all have... Okay, they've put the thrower back on. They realised they'd lose the reroll, I guess. So they've got 4 rerolls and an Apo and 4 good skills. I mean, we've got 4 skills, but we're down 2 rerolls and an Apo, which is... I mean... That's putting a lot of weight on our players being better than theirs. Which I'm not convinced they are, because the 4 blitzers are amazing players. 4 black orcs, amazing players. Really, the 3 players you could question are the lineman and the thrower. So I feel a little like we're under the cosh here. And I think what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to try and dodge away from that. We'll have one of our witches as a ball carrier. You know what? I don't actually need to do that. I don't know why I'm doing it. Because they got no tackle zones on the outside. I guess we'll just come and try and hit this blitzer. Because he's a little further away. Got a wrestler in the middle, he could be useful. Sorry, my team setting up here is all kinds of horrible, it's just... you can go there, I guess. Okay, I think I'm happy enough with that. Took me long enough. So we've got a very different team from last game. Last game we had 2 blitzers, 1 witch elf. Now we've all of a sudden back up to 4 blitzers and 2 witch elves. Plus a guy with block. So our team has really changed in a game. Alright, we will try and make this blitz first. Do we use a blitz? Let's use a lineman. It's a traditional push. I guess we'll sort of look as though we're going that way. I think I'm actually going to pull the witch back next. We've got degree of protection there. Just in case that, you know, we don't want to get in hit if we don't have to. He's got the tackler on this side, so he may... You know what, let's not make that easy for him. Let's not just give him one of our dodge guys right off the bat. Okay, good pickup. And we'll definitely give the impression we're going this way. He's got to respect this somewhat, even if he thinks it's a bluff. You can't just let it go entirely, because then it will become not a bluff. My suspicion is that they're a good player. They've taken the right skills. They've gone on defense first, which is unusual, but it makes me think... I think a newer player would almost never do that because they think, well, I want to score first. So I think this person is going to be a tough opponent. I don't know, but it's my feeling. There's very logical setup here so far, so, you know, that jives with that feeling. I guess they changed them to big guns because there's a whole Black Orc team now, but they definitely look like Black Orcs, so... I'm not really an expert on Orc lore anyway, so maybe big guns are... Maybe that actually makes sense. They are not giving us anything. This is going to be a tough... I can already tell this is going to be a tricky game. They're hardly giving us anything to work with here. They're basing up with guys that they know... Like, because we can commit to trying to knock these guys over, but it takes three of our guys to do that. And look, he's made that awkward now. So he's making us make dodges off as well. So this player is a good player. Guaranteed. I guess it might be a blitz on this guy and then a block on this guy. I'd really rather use this guy to go for... How many guys? So I need... Problem is I would need to put another person... Okay, we'll only give away one block though. 1, 2, 5, 6. So he can get through once this guy's out of the way. So I guess this guy... is gonna have to come... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who else is coming around? Okay, we can't do as much as I'd like, unfortunately. You can now get in here. How safe is the ball currently? Not super safe. We'll just bring another guy in just to make it slightly awkward in case this goes horribly wrong. I mean, if we clear this guy... Is there a world that we actually do put somebody here? And I guess let's try it. I'm not happy with what we're doing here. Okay, that makes that ever so slightly safer. Well, would you know? Okay, so we now do this instead. And we do not move nearly as much as we wanted to. Do we one dice this guy? Sure. Okay, we get away with one there a bit. Yeah, let's follow that. Not the best turn. Not the worst turn. We didn't use any rerolls and the ball is safe. But I had hoped to push a little further up this way. And we have given away potentially 1-2 blocks that maybe we could have avoided. But in fairness, you know, if you don't knock people over, you don't knock people over. It's always going to have consequences. It's usually going to have consequences. Sometimes you can push them away and that's fine. But yeah. If you don't get the knockdowns, and we did at least get these 2 knockdowns, we could have been embroiled with even more blocks. So this is better than it could be. But the big ones are such a pain though, because they really get in the way. I'm telling you, the blitzers are good. The blitzers actually are like elves, but with armor. Okay, I mean, that's a positive. He didn't follow up, and is he going to? He could follow here, okay. Never mind, I thought we were going to be free. Should be able to just get a blitz on this guy and move on up, though. I mean, these guys can come over, but they don't have the range to block up the line. So I don't see any good reason not to try and blitz this guy. We don't have a lot of players who are unembroiled. Okay, pushes are great, because that pushes us back out of their line. Oh, interesting, okay. It doesn't. Yeah, it kind of does. He's got his tackler onto the dodge. That's quite good. I think this... I don't recognise the name, but they are very solid. On the plus side, they're also using extra time, so I don't feel so bad. We could try and swing back again. But we don't really have the capacity to make a big deal out of what's going on over here. Oh, hello. That's going to be a reroll. He's got 4. What? Why wouldn't you reroll that? That was the tackler and everything. I know it's not like a high chance situation, but... Okay, I guess this will determine if we're moving or not. If we knock him over, that's great. Oh, look at that. So we can now make a bit of a move, which I am a fan of. I don't think we can make any sensible blocks over here, which is alright. We need to... I mean, that would be a wild dodge if he was to go for that. Let's not forget the ball. Let's see, he's probably going to pile in here a bit, so we do need to have some kind of protection. It's really tempting to put our blodger on this guy. Can't make it all the way around. I think we're actually going to do that. Because it means his close by guys can't pile in quite as much. We'll start going around the side of this chap. Can I provide an assist here that actually helps anybody? I don't think I can, so we will just help block this up. If we do that, they can't get to this guy as well. Well, they can actually. Now I re-look at it. That would be interesting. Let's actually try this. Because that will help block them, anybody coming around the back, which I quite like the idea of. This guy would be very risky to get up. with the witch in proximity, even though we're not at the right angle to surf from here. If he doesn't give us any other important blitz targets, we can always dodge off and then blitz from this angle. So that would be risky. And by blocking off this line, he can't bring somebody round to assist this guy in some way. So he's effectively isolated right now. He could do a wild like 4+ dodge and then backwards, but that would be pretty wild. Oh, that's another reroll. Sweet. Dodge has served us well there. So he can now get in here, which I'm not fond of, but couldn't quite close it off as well as I'd have liked. This guy would have needed to be 1-up, probably. Blitzing front ways doesn't knock him over, so that means he's... Never mind. Oh, even worse. Okay, he was trying to make it so he could get some kind of barrier up in front of us. We're definitely a bit blobbed in here, though. It's only turn 3, 4 for us, so we don't need to feel pressured to score here. Okay, he's left nobody over here, so I think we're going to try and come back around slowly, which I'll admit is a bit risky, but we just don't want to score yet. And we've got 1 dice there already. If we jam somebody else in that slot, I guess this guy? Very nice. Now, I don't want to follow that. I want to stay for this assist on this guy. Yeah, that's 2 dice against. So we've got a 1 dice right now, which we could take. Do we have block? We don't have block. It's making me think we have block, but we don't. Right? Oh, we do. Okay. Yeah, we're yellow. No. Okay, so who do we want to blitz here? Maybe the thrower? We don't have any block guys over there, though. So I don't think it's going to be him. Can I get over there? 1, 2... Yeah, basically. Okay, now for the risky stuff. I think we're just going to do this. We will stay. Oh, I trapped this guy in, didn't I? Not on tackle though, so we can do this. Didn't really pay off. Okay, so we sort of changed the field setup a little bit. This is a very weird setup now. We're just trying to sort of snake our way up the field. Not give too much. Like, we don't want them to score. What I was worried about, what I normally end up doing, is ending up pushing up the side. We could have pushed up the sideline there, I'm pretty sure. But we'd have got squashed for 2 or 3 turns. Okay, down goes that blitz, and unsurprisingly. He's gonna blitz somebody, we can't help that, but we did a reasonable job of minimizing blocks that turn, considering. But the one thing that they don't have going for them on the whole is speed, so if we can do a bit of back and forth, we can sort of pull their team apart a bit and try and get their Black Orcs away from where they want them to be. This guy can come in and be a pain. He'll probably come here or something. Although that is asking for it. I would put him here, if it were me. Just so he kind of blocks a route, he ties a guy down. Okay, he's just gonna screen with him. This guy gonna come out and around? Oh, he's blocking up this guy. I guess he's taking away my scoring threat, who I wasn't even thinking of a scoring threat. Will this guy get up? I think I would attempt it. Oh, especially now. Got the knockdown on the blodger. Ooh, actually, I don't know if I... He'd probably dodge him off, I reckon. Yep. That's good play, that is. Alright, so I think we're going to keep pushing up into this corner, because we do need to sort of make inroads now. We'll try and take what space we can. We don't really... We have a wrestler over here. I guess that's the best we're going to do for a blitz. So you can come to here. You can come to... here? Where can you get to? You can get to... there. You can't get around here, so yeah, why not? And if you come there, we've effectively screened off. There's no benefit to the witch being here that I can see, so we'll get her up in a secondary line of defense. Let's get this guy up and about, eh? These guys we will wait on. We get hit on the throw, which is nice. I think I am going to move this guy forwards to lock this guy in place. Now, maybe I do this. Keep his tackler away from the action. It's not ideal. But I can't re-roll it currently. And I think he's gonna have to stay and keep that Black Orc in check. Alright, so we're 3 turns away. The ball is not under excessive threat, although it could definitely be pressured here. We're on the same amount of rerolls now, which is a bonus. We really want to score on turn 8 if we can, because Orcs can score on turn 7. That's pretty sweet. But that means we've got we've got quite a lot more time to take up. Oh, jams in the GFI. He's trying to stop us scoring, which he should, in fairness. I don't know why I'm surprised by that. There's an element of me though that thinks, is there a point at which you sort of say, well, maybe I try and force the score. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. We obviously can't push up that wing anymore. We have been fully blocked out, so it's going to be a retreat back to the middle. How much is he going to jam in here? Because this is kind of where we want to be. I imagine this guy's going to come up somewhere. Could come up to here. Let's put a lot of GFIs in. It hasn't cost him a reroll, unfortunately, but... If he just blocks off at this range, we're kind of okay with that because it lets us reset to the middle. Push there is great because now this guy's locked in place. And he has to follow it as well to give the assist. Oh, that's even better. He's probably just going to push him back onto the Black Orc and stay free. Oh, he follows. Okay. Oh, that's not the one we wanted to get hit with that, unfortunately. This guy has a 1 dice, he'll probably take it. Yeah, and he gets it. I mean, that's... Yeah, I have a feeling... No, okay. I had a feeling that was going to be the pain there. Alright, so... it's definitely a reset to back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can get to there. Which means if you can get to here, or even here, that's quite nice. You can get to here. You get to here. We're kind of caging up here, which, with this many orcs around us, is a little scary. It's kind of tempting to do that, but not yet, obviously. I want to make the splits. I think I have to. Not what we were looking for. But it does allow us to kind of complete our cage. Where are we going to put you? I guess... here? We can kind of... that'll leave us a channel up there. If the witch will come through, that'd be sweet. And then... I guess he's at least taken a hit from one of them. I think I'm honestly okay with his position. We're trying to sort of create a channel to come through here. He's spread thin now. If we have to go in on 7, that I'm kind of okay with it. I don't like it, but it might be alright. If we can... if by doing this we can force him one more time to shift. Of course, the downside is we have stopped 1 square short of the target, so we should have really been here and here, but I think that was a GFI, so... Alright, I think he sees the threat of what we're trying to push here. And he's trying to close off that avenue. He hasn't yet. If he does this, and then comes up, he might have a more good chance. The fact he's got 2 Black Orcs over here isn't great, and this guy is free to make a blitz on someone. The risk of doing this and just not really penetrating is obviously that because he's got, like, what? All but 2 players behind the ball, he actually can screen us off relatively well with this amount of players. So we may just have to push for this corner if that is still an option. but it might be a tricky option. It might end up with the witch here or something, and a very, very tight cage. Okay, he's trying to close that off. He needs to get somebody else in the middle here, because obviously this is not safe. We can just push up through here at the moment. Ooh, puts in a GFI for that. Does this guy come down here? Honestly, he has done this pretty well here. Alright, what are our options? I mean, obviously these guys are all up, so... You know, there's an argument that 1 dice on this guy, and then a 1 dice on this guy, could lead to something fruitful. Did he not make the blocks down? Like a block with this? That's weird. Could have got one of these guys up and involved. I don't see any other sort of sensible ways through. Obviously, we could just try and push this corner, but he can jam a lot more guys in there. So I think I'm going to try the 1 dice and sort of see what happens. The problem is we're going to have to pull one of these. No, we're going to have to... I think we have to pull this closest guy. Yeah, that's not great. Well, that's why we pulled the close guy. Oh, that's not cool. What is it with these guys? So that is the ultimate punishment there. I mean, it wasn't that crazy an idea. Another miss next game. What else could we have done? We could have just tried to blitz this guy and get mostly around, but I think he'd have blocked us. We'd have had to stand up a bunch of his guys, which I guess we could have done. And maybe got the witch to here-ish. We brought this guy here. And then we'd have jammed these other guys in here. As it is, we'd have theoretically rolled a double skull there, so... There's no guarantee it even would have paid off. This is exactly why we didn't use this guy to come over and help make the assist. We could have done it as a blitz, I suppose, maybe. But then this guy is still stuck here being a problem. So it didn't feel like that was an option. And to knock this guy over and this guy over, we basically block up the route with our own guys. So... Yeah, I'm feeling now, in retrospect, maybe there was a better play to come right again. We might have to attempt to... We'll see how he leaves this set up. We might have to attempt to blitz through the pocket with the witch. I mean, that is arguably another option, but I don't like it. That's only a 50% or a 60% chance to get in the end zone, and then you've got to get it to him as well. So it feels like the 1 dice blitz through here might make more sense. Oh, that's not the right witch anyway, is it? I don't see a better option here. I mean, there's always just going with GF... I mean, I think most people would just be like, hey, just take the GFIs. What I could try and do is... Yeah, I think we'll try and do that. The handoff and then the GFIs. I should be able to try and cut out a... dodge. Does he have anybody in scoring range? No, he doesn't. Just surround him with as many players as we can. There we go. Okay, there we go. It was tense, but we got in. We lost a blitzer for it, unfortunately. I guess that's my fault. Oh, we lost 2 guys? Oh, it's extreme heat. I did not even notice that. Okay. Well, that's gonna be an interesting impact. We're just gonna move everybody back here. What is out currently? So we will get one of our blitzers back at least. Because if you sit out one drive, you do not sit out the next drive. So there's that. But yeah, I knew this was going to be a tough match. I'm pleased that we got a score in. It wasn't the clean. I think it was clean up until turn 6 or 7. I think I was pretty happy with how we maneuvered things. And then I didn't like the caging up in the middle of the field. Honestly, if I'm the defending player there, I'm quite happy with that. He had to roll a bunch of GFIs to block us out as much as he did. But as we proved at the end, GFIs are rollable. I guess he can't feel too aggrieved that we GFI'd it in after he GFI'd 4 or 5 times for position. We stretched him, but then, you know, as per usual, I struggled the last couple of turns. I think fair play to him, good screening, honestly. You don't often think about elves attacking orcs and getting screened off, but I think due to my extremely anti wanting to ever touch anything tactics, we ended up just leaving ourselves a little bit too open there, and we gave him too much time to get back. I really like to be behind them somewhat, but I was scared of getting squished, which probably also would have happened, so, you know, it's all good. Oh, he didn't make the throw. I wonder if he forgot to do throw beforehand. Maybe he's also a Blood Bowl 2 player, because that is something I would for sure do, but I'd feel like somebody that came into Blood Bowl 3 would recognize that. Okay, did the heat go away? Nobody's out, which seems so unlikely. Maybe sweltering heat is different now, maybe it only affects 1 player. Who knows? Alright, so we cannot set up in a way that defends our players anymore. So we will do what we can. Which is, I guess, effectively this sort of deal. Which does not look very... How does it look like we have so few players? Let's see if we can find out. That's not the one. That's not the one. No. Oh, that is the one. Okay, that is the one, yeah. Oh, you can look at the teams. That's quite nice, actually. Okay, that's not very... It's not telling us a whole lot. Is there another thing? Is there like a prayers to Nuffle situation that can do that? We have no prayers to Nuffle. The difference is at least 50. It's supposed to go to the lower team. Interesting. Did we get one of those? Ooh, it's a nice deep kick. That is... I'm happy with that because it means, you know, a 1-1 draw here wouldn't be the... Oh, he caught it with that. Oh, he's got another thrower. I didn't realize he had a second thrower that just doesn't have any skills. So that's unfortunate, because that's obviously speeds him up a ton. But yeah, assuming that we're going to get a bit squashed here, because it's his drive. If it takes him a while, it's going to take him... What? Oh, that was an accident. That's just rolling too fast and not... He 100%. There's no need to do that. He just forgot his ordering. So that was a bit of luck on his part. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3, right? 5, that's 4. So it's at least 5 turns to get in without GFIing. Which means he's probably just going to settle for a 1-1 here. Whereas if it's up here and he can score in... like 3 turns, if he really pushed it, that might make him want to play faster, so... We'll try and screen him off. He needs to remember this. I hope he's forgotten. Has he got anybody else? He can move this guy. 5. Yeah, he can move this guy over. Honestly, it might still be worth jamming somebody in and going for it. Oh, I really hope he forgets about that. Maybe he moves this guy back here or something as a secondary layer. Oh, that is annoying. Okay. He's a good player, this guy. Honestly, I think I'm gonna just be boring and blitz this guy. Oh, we could try a jump up there. How unsatisfying. We'll just keep him jammed. We want to keep him jammed over in this corner, so I'm pushing him as that way as I can. And that is not a terrible screen. Hang on, we don't have to leave the witch where she is. So... that's fine. That's fine. Whoa! Oh, that's a big one. I'm gonna keep the result, because I forgot. They just don't look as Black Orcy as they used to. On account of not being Black Orcs. Should have moved this guy first. We want to keep the screen as intact as we can. In fact, we'll move him here. Because if this guy gets knocked over, there's still a blocker. Alright, thoroughly unsatisfying there, but we've set ourselves up in the defense roughly how we'd like to, so there is that. Okay, he's recentralizing as well. I dig it. This is a good sort of sloggy tactical game where we've both made a couple of mistakes, but on the whole it's been relatively solid. Ooh, I think as Orcs, don't you follow that? And then jam in another Black Orc to make things awkward? Because speed is your one, you know, like progression, I guess, is your one worry point. I guess he's going to just sort of turn the corner here, although that does not turn the corner as fast as he'd like. So I'm guessing that he didn't do that and then that because he is looking to come around this way, so he wants to keep them more aligned in that direction. This is honestly pretty... It's going to be a bit tricky because we're player down, but it's going to be pretty hard to screen out, all told. I think. Do we have to blitz this guy and then block that guy? Oh, we have the jump up potential again. Although again, it's on a... Like, if I got this guy up, I could bring an assist in and try and do the jump up there. And then a block there, and that still leaves us a blitz, which would be pretty cool. So I think that's what we're going to try. Ooh, hello. 1, 2... Hang on a second. Never mind. We had the potential of a full-on surf there, because we could have moved him... Where would the place be? Here. This switch comes over. It would have been some GFIs, so that would have been a problem. Okay, unfortunately that also took my assist away. Do I jam this guy here and just blitz with the witch? Could do. Because we've got the extra assists if we need them. Ooh, I'm actually going to reroll that because witches traditionally just die when that happens. There we go. I'm actually going to leave it like that, because that is a bit of a surf threat there. We're going to leave it. We're going to use the pressure of... kind of overwhelming this flank. I imagine he might look at just knocking this down and then coming back this way. But we can reset. We are elves after all. And he'll have one Black Orc here. At least one of these guys will be tied up. So yeah, it looks like he's going to go this way, but with a weakened team. So there is that. Oh, that's... I mean, that's kind of nice. But he does get the knockdown in the second. You'd almost rather just have both down, so he just gets trapped there, whereas now he still gets to knock us over. Again, I think I'd have gone in with that. Just for the extra trapping us in value. Ooh, hello. Ooh, that could have been nasty. We could have got at least a 1 dice on the ball there. He's making more mistakes now, which I dig. Maybe so are we, but, you know. I hope he doesn't get either of these guys up. He's blitzed, so getting these guys... He probably might dodge this guy down. And then try and dodge this guy back, but, like, he's only going one... Like, he'd have to sort of go do... Which maybe isn't the worst idea. We're just getting him up. Okay. He's... Okay, this is cool. I do this as well. Standing up somebody to say, hey, look, if you want to surf me, you can. But ultimately, we'd have to commit a bunch of players here and ignore the ball. So the value is just nothing. So I actually quite like this. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it, but I like it. So we need to do a hard reset here. So this guy dodges, he lets that go. You can't be down to 1 reroll already. Doesn't stun himself, unfortunately. Alright, so yeah, it is hard reset time. Which means... Oh, these guys... We can get the Blitz in here, which is quite nice. So let's get you down here ready, just in case this goes so badly wrong, but... Sweet, okay. We're touching the ball. I think we actually just get this guy up and make this block. We get this guy up. We're gonna take some hits now. Okay, it pushes alright, because we can push him away from the action. So yeah, he can continue to push down this flank, but it's more risky now. Because we've got an overwhelming forces over here. He's going to have 1, 2 Black Orcs at the very least trapped up on this side. Was this guy was stunned, right? I hope he was. Otherwise I didn't get him up. Unless he does something wild. What's their throwing like? 3+? 1, 2... I think without a GFI it's going to be like a 5+, so that would be surprising. So he's got the Blitzer out. That's what we stuck him in there for. But that means this guy is trapped up. This guy obviously can't move. So is he really going to make a run for it with these guys? I mean, no. I think he's going to reset a little bit here. But it means we slowed him hugely. Because if the ball doesn't come forwards here, he's never coming round. Right? I mean, we've got Witch Elves here. You can't sideline cage this. I guess he could... Oh, that's pretty good for him, the wrestler. Is he gonna... He's not gonna sideline cage, right? No, he's gonna just come here. Okay. Is he leaving this guy because he's gonna try and GFI him to, like, here or something? That would be pretty nifty. This guy is now surfable. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is really tempting to try. Okay, I guess this guy's stunned. Is this guy gonna dodge off? Yeah, he is. Unsuccessfully. I mean, I'm really tempted by this surf potentially. It's not high odds. What's that going to be? That's going to be like a 5+, but with reroll. I think we're going to try it though. Could I have got somebody... Oh, I could have got somebody... Hang on, I still theoretically could. Hang on. Hang on, that doesn't look bad. Oh, there's that. 3 plus 4 plus might be better than a 5 plus. So we dodged that. You would come through here. Okay, we're gonna give it a go. Does that still let us do our thing? Yeah. I guess we'll take it, eh? I guess we'll take it. I mean, we're not in any way safe here, but I mean, it's, hey, that's pretty cool. The pressure is on. The good thing about this is if we're heading for a draw here, which we probably still are, despite this looking great. If we are heading for a draw, it's looking more drawish than him running in next turn, and then we have to sort of try and score / give him a chance. So it sort of tipped the odds of an overall favorable result in our. Oh, is this going to be a surf here? Oh, reroll. Oh, hello. Hello? What just happened there? Did he just knock himself over? Oh, he's presented us with a... Okay, hello. I think we have to make this a blitz if we're going to do it. Because the chance of rolling the old... As much as I'd love to use jump up here... Validate. We can't risk... Plus, we actually get to knock it. We actually get to keep moving afterwards, which is handy. Where do we go? Do we go here? Or do we go here? I think we have to go here. And just start making a run for it. Nice. Rats. I mean, every roll is a dangerous roll now. Everybody thinks 2 pluses are easy, but they're not easy. Maybe here is more sensible. This is giving... I mean, whilst this is slightly further away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he can make... Although the witch is nicely positioned to block this guy. So I presume we're going to see this. And then this guy go for a 6, 7, a one dicer. What I don't like is if he gets the knockdown and it goes over here, obviously it might We'd rather it just bobbles to here, because that's further away from our end zone. What's going on here? I guess that's all sensible. It can make the block there now. This has been a great game. I mean, regardless of what happens from this point on, it's been a great game. He's played well. He's made it tricky for us. You know, we took a calculated gamble over here, and it paid off. The catch was obviously to our guy was obviously lucky, although I guess that's what you pay the extra for the Dark Elves for. Oh, hello. He did the dodge off blitz, which I wasn't expecting. Got to re-roll that, I think. No knockdown. Okay, that is great, because if he pushes him here, I presume what's going to happen is this guy's going to come up and over. If he doesn't, he's obviously in danger of this. So I assume that was the Black Orc, right? Yeah. The other thing he could do is just mark the Witch Elf, but I think he wants to get this blocked off. Yeah, that's sensible. This Witch Elf can come and be an assist. So then probably this Witch Elf comes here and we try and... Ooh, I don't like the blitz out there, though. Can we get anybody else over there? Honestly, not really. Ouch. Is that another blitzer? That's both our... We're missing both our blodger blitzers next game. It's trying to work out here what's safest. Oh, okay. We mark up the blitzers. Is it best to just try and blitz this guy off the field and then come back up and around, even though it leaves us more? It probably is. I mean, we might fail this 2+. Everything's slowed down a bit here. There we go. We may also obviously fail the block and then we're just getting slammed on the sideline. In that being the case, I think this is the sensible next block, because we want to tie up his scoring guy here. I'm actually going to... It seems weird, but I'm actually going to do this as well, because this is going to be his threat. His biggest threat, I think. Well, they're both kind of a threat. Let's mark them both up. I think the push is the... Actually, is that better? We put him here. We can still move. Yeah, we actually take the safe option here. And then we're running towards our witch. So if we fall over here, which we don't, which is great. Okay, we'll go inland a bit more this time. Okay, I think we've set that up about as well as we can. I am happy with that turn. It is not done yet, but it's... I mean, honestly, it might be. He's got 2 turns. I think he'd probably have to do like a 1-dice splits with this guy, knock the ball out, grab the ball with this guy, bring it down, and then it's throw time. Yeah, it's definitely not done yet. But the odds have suddenly moved in our favor a lot more dramatically. So he did go for that option. I was going to say it's like he's listening to me, but he can't be listening to me because we're not on Twitch here. So I think that's I think that's almost it now. He at least needs to base this guy so I can't get away easy. But who's going to do that? With this guy, I suppose? Dodges off. Well, time to pound some elves into the ground. Another miss for next game, and that's another skilled guy. We're not gonna be looking great for next game. Did we score on the witch elf in the end? Is she leveling up? No, we didn't. Oh, that's right, we handed it off, didn't we? We are going to be suddenly back down to basically what I did like last game. Sweet. Justice. 2, 4, 6, 7. We'll try and surf this guy this turn. We'll just try and run it up into the corner. What is your range? Oh, you're not gonna... Oh yeah, you are gonna tell me. So you can get to there. We can get to there without rolling a dice, so let's do that. We'll get you up in the area as a potential blitzer in case he gets up there. I mean, there's no real point in surfing at this point, so we'll just take the... That's fine. And then we'll go here, because that makes it even more awkward, I think. 1, 2... Maybe here makes it more... I think here makes it more awkward. And nobody else wants to get up. Yeah, that's where we want to be. Because if we go here, he can actually just take the circuitous route. Whereas now, it's a dodge, whichever way you cut it. Well, we escaped out of this one with a little bit of witch elf magic. I wonder if he's going to try and foul her as well. He pushed her that way, so I think he is. I expect he'll get this guy over to foul. Oh, no, he didn't. Fair play. I wouldn't fully have begrudged him. Unless we got injured. Alright, that's very dizzying. So, it was a painful game, but it was a good tactical game. I think that's the best player I've played against since I've come back these last few games. That was a proper challenge there. Orcs are always scary as well. Okay, this guy... Oh, that's not enough for a level up now, is it? Because you've got a higher hit a higher echelon of... I don't usually look at the stats, but for some reason we are. There we go. If you want to pause and look, you can. Alright. It felt relatively even on dice, but that may be me having won, feeling better about it than I should. It's always easy to forget things when you've won. So we can't really, and we don't want to buy anything. We can't level this guy up, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's ASVP. So next game we're going to be 2 blitzers. We do still have our blocker guy, no wrestler, 2 witch elves. That's fine. Alrighty. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that one. I actually did quite enjoy it. It was a good game. As I said, it was a good game even before we knew what the result was going to be. It definitely looked like he was going to score, so you know, I'm happy we were able to hold that off and get a victory as well. That's an added bonus. But we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.